Policy and Profit, the podcast for ambitious insurance agents and agency owners who want to build predictable, profitable businesses without chasing bad leads or begging for referrals. And let me just be brutally honest for a second. Most agency owners aren't building a team, they're babysitting one. They spend their days chasing flaky prospects, repeating the same recruiting pitch 5 times a week like a parrot, only to have no-shows, ghosters, and broke dreams drain their time and siphon their energy. And worst of all, their personal production suffers and they start resenting the team that they tried so hard to build. And if that's you, I have some great news for you. You're not lazy, you're just trying to scale using effort rather than systems. That's why I built the Autopilot Recruiter, a done for you system that helps you attract qualified agents, pre-sell them with your story, and get them onboarded, all without doing another live Zoom sales pitch or three-way call ever again. It's the same system top recruiters are duct taping me down, Oscar, and they're making me sign NDAs for how massive the downlines they're growing in the hundreds without sacrificing their commission, their time, or their sanity. So if you're ready to build a team that grows itself, go to writemorepolicies.com/playbook. Download the free playbook today. Today's guest is an old friend of mine, and his name is Oscar Gonzalez. I'm sure you've seen him around before, and he is a lead generator to all the insurance GODs out there. And so, with that being said, Oscar, welcome to the show. Tell me something you believe is the key to succeeding in insurance sales that most agents completely overlook.
Man, it's good to be here, brother. Good to spend a few minutes with you and reconnect. You mentioned something really that just hit as soon as you said it, right? Most agency owners are out there not building an agency, but babysitting agents, right? And I see that it's every day, man. They're just out there like herding cats, and there's not a lot of structure. Yeah, there's not a lot of structure out there. And so I just wanted to make a comment about that because it's like for me it's an ongoing thing that I see, and obviously we try to help agency owners and agents kind of structure that, man, because I think it's like you're either building a business or you're just like working for a business, and I think that's a lot of what we see out there right now, man. So I just want to make a comment on that. So shoot me again. What was the question that you want?
Tell me something you believe the key to succeeding in insurance sales is that most agents completely overlook.
Woo! I think it's tough to pin down one thing, right? But if I could name three, right? I think is if they're going into the insurance business, number one, capital, right? Agents and people come into most businesses without properly assessing what is the need for capital, what is the time that capital is going to take me, right? How long am I going to be able to use the capital that I have, and is it going to be enough, right? So trying to forecast and estimate, and I see it every day, man. Agents will come in and they go, "Hey, I'm new in the insurance business. I have $1,000 and I want to make 50 grand a month. Get it done, right?" And so
They love throwing money at us marketers and saying just fiction. I'm saying, dude, your salesmanship, non-existent. Your
you got it.
showmanship, it
Yeah.
died in a boat ride last year. Like when the Pilgrims came over on the Mayfair, like that's where your showmanship is. It crashed on the rocky shores of the Oklahoma. Like, give me a break, man. They
Yeah.
expected to throw us 1,000. What am I going to do with this $1,000? Wipe my ass with it? And if
And
you
it,
think that's me being facetious, get off that track. That's not bragging. I'm just being realistic with you.
and man, it's God, again, like it's not just one thing, but capital number one, skill number two, which you just mentioned it. And I think for me, skill is the overlooked thing in this business, right?
It's the
Because
multiplier.
you got it. It's everything. It's everything, right? And I see it every day, right? Every day with clients. And the common theme with a top producing agent or a well-structured agency is the skill level that they have. I wish I could say that it's me, right? That it's my leads or that what we do is secret and it's so special. It's not, right? A top producer can close numbers off of the white pages if the white pages is still in business, or they could close the highest intent best lead. And dollar for dollar, how you're going to get and become more successful in this business is raise your skill, become an expert at what you're doing. And third, I would say that tracking, right? Like actually structuring a business, because a lot of people come into this business and it's just like, all right, I'm going to sell insurance, but there's no real business development, right? There's no real tracking of numbers. What am I dialing? Who am I calling? Who am I speaking to? Why did they say no to me? Rinse and repeat, review calls, all the stuff that I see people out there just not doing. And then they wonder, why am I not succeeding, right? Why am I not making the money that I want to make? Well, you don't even know where the hell you're going. How are you going to get to where you want to get to, right? Like you have no direction. And so tracking, I think those three things, there's a lot more, but those are really, really three important components.
Alex Becker posted a video not too long ago, which I really like. He's one of the few people out there in the marketing world that I really look up to. He grew high roast to
Yeah.
100. He was on, he had a sales offer for like over 115 million or something, and it's worth three times that right now.
Yeah.
Uh, but he mentioned a video where he was learning to play guitar, and he's like, if you look at the basis of skill, it's like if I'm learning to play guitar, I'll learn this song, I get really good at it, and then I increase the difficulty. It's the same with video games. What was a video game I used to really like? Halo or so, I don't know. You beat the first level, and then the next level gets harder, and you get your ass kicked a couple times. You keep getting blown. Halo was fun because it was just over exaggerated. The use of hyperbole. You get blown to smithereens in that game. Your guy goes flying off the map 100 feet, and you're like, it's like when the troll hits you on Skyrim. You go flying up, and then eventually you get strong enough to kick the troll's ass. You get better, increase the difficulty. You get that, and you keep climbing that ladder until you're like you can close people off the yellow pages. You can walk a complete stranger from unaware to solution aware and like that. You just know the questions, you know the pauses, you know the cadence, you know the
Yeah.
tonality. And here's an example of what most agents aren't willing to do because they view obstacles as obstacles in their path. They're there to obstruct their path. I can't get over this rock. If you try walking around it, smart guy, but they think obstacles are there to obstruct them rather than instruct them, which brings the tracking you mentioned about. Your skill brings you to a certain difficulty where you encounter that rock in your path. And rather than being smart enough to walk around it or find a different way, you oh, must be something wrong with me. And you fall into this victim cycle of self-deprecation. I'm not good enough. People think I'm a taker. I don't want to be seen. It's not fear of failure. You don't want to be seen as a failure. And I don't blame you. No one does. That's natural herd. We want to not be outcast from the tribe. It's a lot of tribalism going on right there. But Oscar, 474 people as of this morning in the last 2 weeks, they bought a $17 product from me called the Rule of 100. Out of
Mm.
that, about 25% converted on my OTO1, which was the profit framework. It was $97. About 113 people bought that. Now, out of just the 470 something people that bought the Rule of 100, it's a DM script that teaches them how to get 5 to 10 sales calls booked from 100 messages a day and close 1 to 3 sales. Can you guess how many have logged in and completed the 1.5 hour training? Can you guess how many agents?
Less than 3%.
Three people have watched it in its entirety. And so when agents tell me I really, if I knew if I were just given the tools, I'd
Yeah.
succeed. And I'm saying,
Yeah.
really? It's
Yeah.
like he needs some milk. No, no, you won't. And so it's just hysterical. And I'm not saying this to bash on you guys. I'm saying if you're one of those three out of the 473 that are willing to learn, that are willing to admit the version of me that is not capable of getting to where I want to go, if I learn something new, I get much better feedback. Like you have such astronomical advantages in front of you because no one else is willing to do it. And so I'm
Yeah.
really glad you just brought that up. That skills feedback, skills feedback. So this ties really well into what I know you're passionate about. It's this whole idea of like new changes to ads and what's working now. So like from the agencies who are throwing enough money at you to actually get things to convert and purchase customers, what are you noticing in the ads world?
Man, it's a ever changing landscape, right? Like just about any industry is right now with the introduction of AI and all the stuff that's going on out there. But I think that it was a great analogy that you made, like the video game, right? Where it's like level one, level two, you go in, you get your ass kicked a little bit, you got to redo it 2 or 3 times, and then you hit it, and then next level, next level. And I think that's a really good comparison to what business in a sense is like. What we're seeing now is more than ever, the leaning into not just like AI as a workflow or an engagement, but the back end of running campaigns, the back end of optimizing campaigns on the fly, right? It used to be that it was, when I first started, it was me doing it, right? And it was me clicking and, optimizing a campaign and figuring out what works and what didn't. And then of course I grew, and a team of people are starting to we're doing that. And now we're at the fourth or fifth level of this thing, right? Which is, I have VAs and people that are watching the ads, but the ads are optimizing basically on their own at this point, right? AI is 24/7 identifying what is working on a campaign. And when it finds something that it works, again, it used to be that a VA would go, this is a good creative. Let me go order another one. Let me go make another one. We're done doing that, right? Like the system automatically identifies optimizing or what's working, and orders the creative through all these applications that we've tied in. And within seconds, it's delivering in a Google Drive to the VA. Hey, here are the new videos that are duplicates of what's working on this specific campaign. Same thing when something isn't working, it's stopping it on the fly and introducing something that is. And so for us, right, on the back end of running ads and campaigns, it's that spam blockers, right? Like what's coming here in the next few months with iOS 26. It's going to be another huge, massive change for people, right? And if people aren't ready for it and they're not understanding how they're going to actually connect and contact people, they're going to be left out in the cold. And so the apps that we're using on the back end is probably the biggest difference maker right now that is helping agencies and independent agents that we run for, stay ahead of the game of all the stuff that's coming.
Yeah, I'm like, I saw that iOS stuff after Tim Cook screwed the Pixel up. You don't see any of those people who won ClickFunnels awards. They're not doing it anymore because now
Yeah.
they don't have a Pixel handing them very invasive data. It used to go talk about a toaster, and then a toaster ad pops up. You're like, interesting. Is the phone listening to me? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I've got all my customers sitting in a Discord now. And so, hey, every time I don't have to send them a text message anymore. It's just blast on the Discord or leave voice notes, custom answers, submit all your support ticket on the Discord. And it's
Mhm.
fun. It's not just like a reach out or something. And
Yeah.
you mentioned something a while ago. I just have to preface this, like the video game comparison. That's only applicable if your name is not Kyle. For all the people who play video games and their name's Kyle, they're throwing controllers through the walls right now and chugging Monster Energy. So listen, if your plan is to treat business like a video game, you're going to need a lot of controllers, my friend. So on the ad side of things, that's really smart. How are you getting AI to kind of talk? Like, what are some, I don't want to say that because how you and I would use AI is very advanced to compared to what the average agent would necessarily need. They're overwhelmed by spreadsheets, man. So let's not give them more than they can bite off and chew. Uh, they just want crust from the apple pie. What are some solid uses of AI you've noticed outside of like the common AI dialer and get your AI dialer to call leads? What have you noticed?
I think the biggest thing, right, the easiest tool that everybody needs to be like showering in every day is ChatGPT, right? If you're not using it, not just to like ask a question, but to review your calls, right? Like that's a thing now that I think is a huge, huge tool. If you're sitting with an upline that isn't providing support, that isn't giving you the tools that you need to succeed, well, you can die on the hill or you can take action, right? And now we're in an age where like taking action is as simple as opening ChatGPT, pay the $10 a month, the $15 a month for the 4.0 versions, the updated models, and that's what I see agents doing. That's what we're recommending people, right? You can literally take your phone call that you had that you didn't convert, download it, drop it into ChatGPT, ask it to review it as a professional sales manager and to give you the feedback. Where did I lose this call? What can I do better? How can I improve? What is my tone? All these things that a sales manager or sales trainer would be providing you. It's at the click of a finger, guys, right? And so
Yeah,
I
you
think
just
that,
upload it. I actually built one of those because I use Poe because it has all of the AIs on everything. So I built a
yeah,
custom bot on Poe. I sold it as part of the rule of 100, one of the bump orders. I think it was like $17 or something. I had an agent reach out to me 2 days ago. He's like, you know that deal debugger review, like whatever AI thing you built is like, yeah, what about it? He's like, dude, I uploaded 16 of my transcripts. It not only told me where I messed up the sale, it gave me exactly what to say to reach out to those customers. Out of those 16 transcripts, guess how many calls that he lost? He recovered six of them. Like
I mean,
5,800 in AP, he would have never got without AI. And so, like, listen to Oscar. He knows what like, we know what we're talking about. We've been around the block at Timer 12, okay? This is not our
man,
first rodeo. Listen, Linda, please.
yeah,
Please.
I think, man, excuses in 2025 are man, are I can't. I'm getting more and more to the point where it's like, man, I can't hear excuses, right? Because we're in it. Like, think about 10 years ago, and I'm in my mid 40s, right? But like, man, I was at one point, I was selling, right? And I've been a salesperson since I was 16 years old, dude. And like the idea of what I can do now as a salesperson, as a 20-year-old, a 25-year-old coming into this business, man, like the world is your oyster. And if you're making excuses and you're not getting the results you want, it's you, right? It's not the world and everything around you. It's you. So yeah, that's a big part.
Yeah, to say I am responsible, and it's weird. You just feel all this freedom come over you because now you have power over it. Here's what I noticed about victim mentalities is when you point that finger of blame, you're giving something else power over you. I don't care if it's
Yeah.
food. You're essentially saying, I am a person who works for free. I'm a lave with an S at the front.
Yeah.
I don't want to get like banned from the
Band.
algorithm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Don't
I've
be a
been
lame,
through 17 Facebook accounts, Oscar.
guys.
Uh, dude,
Don't be lame,
I'll
guys.
tell you what, I'd love to get you on for like a Joe Rogan style episode where we just go deep into AI and advertising if you'd be down for that.
Let's do it, man. Yeah,
All
absolutely,
right,
brother.
perfect. This has been really valuable, Oscar. For the agents and agency owners listening who want to learn more about what you do, tell us who's a good fit to work with you and how they can get in touch.
Right now we're really focusing on agencies, right? A lot of agency work. So if you're at a place where you've had success as an independent agent and or you're already started and you're now kind of, getting good, you're understanding the sale, you're understanding the process, we could really help you because what we do is we help you generate the leads on your own versus counting on the lead vendor wheel, right? And so that's step one. And then if you're an agency owner, if you're at that point where you're starting to build a team, the systems and structures that you need to be able to offer to the agents that you're going to bring on, that's becoming our real bread and butter right now. We're doing it with some of the largest IMOs, agencies out there. So anybody that wants to tap into that and get some more information from us, any social media at Scalemysocial, find us, book a call, and we're happy to help.
Fantastic. We're going to wrap up here. You guys go comment down below. Say thank you to Oscar Gonzalez for dropping his insights on some AI and some ad stuff. We're going to do a longer form episode because I know you guys will love this one. So you guys go, for those of you interested in learning more about Oscar, I'm going to have all of his links down below in the description. Go tell him thank you in the comments, like I said, and take 2 seconds to get those greasy, degenerate fingers of yours and smash the subscribe button, or we don't care about you. There's no hope for you if you're not willing to simply subscribe for valuable information. If you'd like to be a guest on Policy and Profit and your name's not Kyle, we're always looking for successful in life insurance. We're always looking for successful agents and agency owners, Kyle's included, all of you out there, all you whole.
Oh, that's so good, man.
I gotta stop this, man. This is a debacle. If you're doing at least 10K a month in commissions, not written premium, I don't care about that shit and all the chargebacks you get. And have unique strategies or stories to tell, apply the link down below in the description. And one more time, for those of you out there, if you want to stop getting people on your team that never sell anything and you don't want to recruit any Kyles, drain your time and you want to recruit the right people the first time on autopilot and fill your agency with rock stars. I can't even say that with a straight fucking face after that. Go to writemorepolicies.com, you filthy animals, /playbooks. Download the free kit. Until next time, keep building that commission machine and get the hell off YouTube. Go sell
Let's
some damn
go.
policies. Oscar, that was fun as hell, man.
That's
I'm going to
awesome,
get off here. Oh,
dude.
yeah.